As the world mourns the passing of a president, a son says goodbye to a devoted dad.
The best father a son or daughter could have.
With a 21-gun salute and hands on their hearts, Americans honor a man who loved his country.
A 20th century founding father.
Who loved his family.
Let us smile knowing that Dad is hugging Robin and holding Mom's hand again.
And who loved to laugh.
He loved a good joke, but he never could remember a punchline.
An historic day, every living president in one room to remember George Herbert Walker Bush as he leaves Washington for a final trip home.
Good evening, I'm Maurice Dubois.
And I'm Christine Johnson. War hero, president, and father. An historic day as a country paused to remember our nation's 41st president with tradition, high praise, and gentle humor.
After a powerful tribute in Washington, George H.W. Bush is now back home in Texas and just hours away from being laid to rest. Right now, mourners are paying their final respects, passing by his flag-draped casket at St. Martin's Episcopal Church in Houston.
Before touching down, a plane carrying the late president flew over the library that bears his name. CBS 2's Jessica Layton has more.
Former President George H.W. Bush's final journey home to Texas came after 3 days of solemn celebration in our nation's capital. The state funeral at Washington's National Cathedral was attended by worldwide dignitaries, royalty including princes, and every living president. Perhaps most notably, the late Mr. Bush's oldest son, former President George W. Bush, who affectionately tapped the flag-draped casket before and after delivering a eulogy that would have made his dad proud.
A great and noble man. The best father a son or daughter could have. And in our grief, let us smile knowing that Dad is hugging Robin and holding Mom's hand again.
In the midst of the tears and sentimentality, the 43rd president provided a light moment for the crowd of thousands, handing Michelle Obama a piece of candy in the front pew. And Mr. Bush's friend and former Senator Alan Simpson delivered lines that sparked smiles and laughter.
Those who travel the high road of humility in Washington, D.C. are not bothered by heavy traffic. He loved a good joke, the richer the better, and he'd throw his head back and give that great laugh, but he never, ever could remember a punchline. And I mean never. So the punchline for George Herbert Walker Bush is this. You would have wanted him on your side.
It was a farewell rich with stories of Mr. Bush's innate goodness, even as he endured the pressure of such a position of power.
Every single head of government in the world knew that they were dealing with a gentleman, a genuine leader, one who was distinguished, resolute, and brave.
And as the world mourns the loss of this World War II hero and president, this son says goodbye to his dad, always devoted to family.
We tested his patience. I know I did. But he always responded with the great gift of unconditional love.
Sharing with America his father's final words, perhaps the most important any person can ever hear.
I said, Dad, I love you and you've been a wonderful father. And the last words he would ever say on earth were, I love you too.
George W. Bush also said, quote, he showed me what it means to be a president who serves with integrity. Behind the scenes, their special bond included time spent fishing and golfing together. The younger Bush learning from his father that a day was not meant to be wasted, something I think we can all keep in mind.